Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Raider Games in the building. You know what it is. Another episode. And this one happens to be, I don't have many of these. I should actually start counting it. But this is an episode of Neighborhood Watch. First things first, my peoples come first. My peoples that are here and no longer here, always thought of and remembered. I'm your host, Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. This is a unique one. I kind of introduced Neighborhood Watch, I think maybe 2 seasons ago. It's kind of been rebranded a little bit. And I've had great conversation with quote unquote rivals, right? Neighborhood Watch with Casually FC, Chelsea fan, Neighborhood Watch with the United Spurs of America. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Marshall for Chelsea, Jacob, obviously with Spurs. And then I'm looking to do more of those. I'm looking to do more of Neighborhood Watch. I actually did one with Mike Dawes, Liverpool fan. So it's something that I want to do a little more of, and I'm going to make sure that I send this out into the group chat. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you haven't already, hit that like button. You can also be a part of the show within the comments. And this isn't going to be too long of a show because I am going to be on Egal's channel a little later in the day. So let me just send this out. Drop a view. Hold on. Like. And comment. All right. Sent that out there. Now, if you haven't hit that like button, please do so. This is a unique one. Because we happen to be. Let me speak for myself. Let me not speak for all of you guys. I'm experiencing deja vu. I'm experiencing Matrix Reloaded. I'm experiencing Groundhog Day. We're back again. Not back again, like, not back again, but you know what I mean. We're back at it for another go round of the United get rid of a manager. United are only a manager away. United are united in the standards that they happen to have. I want to not go off of what I think, what I feel. I actually want to go back and hear it from a fan's perspective. Hear it from one of the fans that interacts with a great deal of fans. Hear it from a fan that actually interacts with tons of panels. I happen to be one of them. I happen to be featured on this show at times. But I want to go back a couple seasons ago to a United fan who's obviously very invested in it, to a United fan who obviously communicates and is in great communication with other United fans. And because of the success of his channel, 100%, the relationships and the conversations that he's able to have. I want to go back and listen. To the Erik Ten Hag announcement, the excitement of a Manchester United fan, and what it means to have a new manager in, the restart. I want to go back. So I'm going to play this. I'm going to listen to it. I don't know if I'll have much to actually say, but I think what's going to be pretty cool is to hear this firsthand, and then for me, make note, keep track of what kind of gets said with the next incoming manager. And also, if you've been following the sport long enough, if you kind of remember the previous managers that have been let go, to kind of remember the reasoning, remember the feelings. So hopefully this comes up. Please, in the comments, let me know if you hear this, and if the audio is fine, because I'm going to need your feedback on this one. And also, every time, first things first, what I do with regards to the comments, I shout out the very first person in the comments. And today's show is the girl RK. The girl RK first in the building. Let's go. We're gonna have the conversation. We're just gonna observe, and I think that's gonna be important here. So hopefully the audio comes up. Please, in the chat, let me know if it does or doesn't.
Manchester United have appointed Erik Ten Hag as their new manager. It is official. It is done. Contracts are signed, and he is here.
You know what? I want to actually pause it real quick. Hopefully the audio is good. Please, in the comments, let me know if it isn't. But what's really unique is that this is official. The contracts are signed. It's done. Obviously, Terry's speaking on how things are as of now, when he hasn't even managed yet, but he's been appointed and it's official. Let me know in the comments if you can hear the audio.
Now, this is the managerial candidate that United fans wanted. He's the guy that everybody has been asking for. And he's someone that's very exciting in the game of football.
The manager that every fan wanted. The manager that everyone's excited for. Just 2 years ago. Just 2 years ago.
Yes, he's a similar race to the Jurgen Klopps and the Pep Guardiolas, but very new to the elite level of management. He has a brilliant record at Ajax, winning league titles and trophies along the way, some brilliant Champions League runs. And he's done that in the backdrop of consistently losing his best players, not having the kind of budgets and salaries available to him that the Ole Gunnar Solskjaers, the Jose Mourinhos, the LVGs have been given at Manchester United.
That's an interesting point. You know how sometimes they say the badge might be too big for the player, the shirt's too heavy. I mean, Terry pointing out the fact that Erik Ten Hag was actually kind of doing more with less because of the players that he lost, because of the budgets, and why it was so promising of him being a manager.
Ralf Rangnick has been very, very potent, especially after Man United's embarrassing defeat, 4-0 defeat to Liverpool. He spoke about the club's need and necessity for a rebuild. He has expressed in an exasperating way the necessity for new players, 5, 6, 7, maybe even as many as 10 coming in. He has absolutely slammed the medical situation at Manchester United, which has been going on for over a decade. And I'm
You know what? Let me
paraphrasing here, is blamed it on.
Now that is actually horrible. Now, how do I do this? I do that. I do this. All right, let me try that. I did not expect that. That's funny. Hold on. If I do that. All right, here we go.
Training standards, recovery times. What are the medical teams doing around these situations to ensure that we have as many fit players as possible? Man United have up to 10 players out injured, while Liverpool have almost none. We're playing in one competition, they're playing in 4. Something doesn't compute. Ralf Rangnick has been key to unveiling a lot of the issues at Manchester United in recent times, and he is someone that has backed the appointment of Erik Ten Hag. Now, of him as a manager, what are we to expect?
So, I mean, we all remember when Ragnick was kind of speaking about all of the things not going right over at United, all of the things that kind of needed to be fixed. I think the quote was, "It as extreme as open heart surgery. Like a lot of things need to be surgically removed." But when you think about this, what's the lifeblood, or what gives you life within your body? It's the heart. So the fact that open heart surgery is required, what is the heart? Where is the heart of United though? Like what actually needs to be removed?
A better brand of football is wanted. A better brand of football is needed at this football club. Without a shadow of a doubt, it is needed, and everybody wants to see it. We want to press better. We want to hold our shape better. In and out of possession, more running and more hard work. And when you listen to Ten Hag speak, of course you'll hear him speak intricately about the positions of players and how they change during transitions, and about passing the ball forward and movement and fluidity. You'll hear a lot of this chat, but everything he speaks about is shrouded and based upon hard work, passion, desire, determination. And one of his great loves in the game are players that want to develop and players that want to learn and progress. And when you say that out loud, that very much images the Man United way.
stuck with
The Man United way. I think we're gonna have to deal with a few of these things. I, how do we do this? How do we actually break this down if we're gonna have to look at the Man United way, the Man United DNA? You know what I mean? That let's see what else Terry has to say on this one because this is actually fascinating to me.
Now, the DNA element is something which infuriates a lot of United fans. And I think because, of course, it was used by Ollie, they didn't like Ollie. Therefore, it's seen as bad. DNA bad. Because it's an Ollie thing.
What to do, Adam?
Do not get it twisted. Ten Hag will talk in a very similar fashion. Whether he uses club DNA, club mantra, club culture, club strategy, whatever. He will talk about this. A brand of football, a philosophy of football, which is key. He wants to help give that to Manchester United, something that will transcend beyond his time at the club, something that can be a base for us to grow from. And he has the ability to do that. Excellent, futuristic, progressive style of football that Man United fans have honestly been crying out for, not just since the summer of 2013, but actually in the last few years of Sir Alex Ferguson, the GOAT manager. But we could see back then that there was new styles, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp coming through that were different to how we were playing at the club. They were the future of football. And Man United have still not got that transition right. And it's key that we do. And I'll tell you why it's key. Ten Hag is going to be an excellent appointment. Ten Hag can win Manchester United Premier Leagues. Ten Hag can win Man United their 4th Champions League. He can develop some of the players that you don't think are good enough into stars. But he can't do it by himself.
I got to pause it on this point because, again, this isn't to go back and laugh and joke. What's unique or what's important here is just to listen to what the expectations were or what the breakdown, what the profile was, what the analysis, what the homework, the investigation of what Erik Ten Hag was going into United, right? And I think what is important to hear is, was he that coming in? And like some players that were good, great coming into United and kind of fallen off, was Erik Ten Hag that manager that Terry's describing coming into the club and the club affected him in this negative way? Yeah.
Ten Hag alone with his coaching staff cannot fix Manchester United. Ten Hag needs the club to rebuild a structure. One where footballing people with football knowledge, with experience, are making football decisions. And those football decisions have to be from the same hymn sheet as Ten Hag and the style and the philosophy of football that he is trying to build.
This is
you
great.
Don't buy Diego Simeone players for a Jurgen Klopp style being managed by Gareth Southgate. That has been the Man United way since Sir Alex Ferguson. Everything is a square peg in a round hole. We need fish and chips and salt and vinegar. That's what we need. A little bit of lemon on top. Perfect mixture to make it taste great. We don't have that. My biggest fear for Erik Ten Hag is this not being in place. My biggest fear for...
All right, before Terry talks about his biggest fears, he was spot on when he talked about Erik Ten Hag wasn't going to be able to do this alone, that obviously he needed to be backed. Obviously, fundamentally, organizationally, everything needs to be on the same page. And when he talked about footballing people making footballing decisions, I guess the thing that's happened while Erik Ten Hag's there is that only came into effect with the arrival of Ineos. I don't know if that was the perspective, or I don't know if that was even the perspective that was understood with his hire, because there was still a lot of promise about the incoming people on the boardrooms, the incoming people that were going to be making footballing decisions. I I have a feeling that this is going to be a rinse and repeat. I have a feeling that all of these promising things, all of these what needs to happen for support of the manager will be there, and we're going to be in the same position. And I'll explain why later before closing out on this video on why I think we are going to be revisiting this again, that you may not have heard before.
Erik Ten Hag is not being backed.
He was
And
clearly
I do not wish to sound condescending, but I cannot help it. And I know the football terrace community will not be triggered by this because you're good people with a great football palate, knowledge, and brain. Backing a manager is not just spending money.
You got my guy. You know what it is. I'm revisiting 2 years ago the announcement of Erik Ten Hag, and obviously it's imminent now. It's soon. It's soon to happen. Now all United fans are expecting him to either be fired after the Aston Villa game or over the international break. So I'm kind of revisiting the energy, the thought process, the perspective of what United fans and Terry, who interacts with all fans, right? All fans, doesn't matter, but mainly because of his intricate knowledge and conversations with United fans and this perspective, I'm just revisiting it. So hope you're good, man. We got a show later on today. I will be there. It's going to be fire as usual. The combos are going to be heated, I'm sure. But yeah, just hearing from Terry the Erik Ten Hag announcement and him happened to be talking about Erik Ten Hag needing to be backed for success.
It's giving Ten Hag a Ten Hag player to fit the Ten Hag style.
He did get
but it's ensuring that the club are happy to build the Man United style and image in the way that Ten Hag wants to make it.
Man United style and image. Man United style and image. Man United style and image. That is a unique one. That is one where I'm not too sure what the Man United. Let me put this back on screen. Man United style and image.
Why? So at the end of his reign, the new manager coming in can transition with ease. It is not a new rebuild. It is not a big overhaul of structure, systems, scouting networks, dietary situations, medical staff. It is quite simply a new manager, maybe with an 80 to 90% match in style, very similar personality that can come in and drive the team forward. That is how winning is done. And if this club doesn't back him, if this club doesn't stay on course, if they cheat the process, he will fail. And what most fans will get drawn into is Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out, Erik in, Erik out. Sack him now. I wonder how long it will be if it starts to fail before we see any manager could win with this squad.
2 years.
Look at the players he's got. Look at the money he's spent.
It took 2 years.
It won't be long. There'll probably even be revisionism about how great Ollie was.
Oh, wow.
And as fans, that's where we need to do our bit and be patient. We need to get behind him
Terry's a football
and look
prophet.
at all the problems that Ragnick has highlighted, that Jose highlighted, that LVG highlighted, that David Moyes highlighted. The consistent inconsistencies from this board and these owners. Don't be drawn out by rivals that want to make it all about ability of players, all about coaching styles and systems. They're very important. And you have to get those right as well. But when the fundamentals of a football club are not there, those things are elementary.
This is good.
They are merely not important.
I think every United fan needs to go back and watch it.
What alloy wheels to put on your car, but when your car has no engine, seats, or steering wheel, it's pointless. It doesn't matter how nice your wheels are because you ain't taking the car out, mate, because it ain't got a damn engine. And I don't wish this video to sound negative. This video is meant to sound honest. I'm excited about Ten Hag. If you're a United fan, you should be excited about Erik Ten Hag. Talented. I like the word futuristic, contemporary in the way he manages. The style of football is likely to be entertaining. Players that we don't even think are that good at football will look better in his systems. He will drive us in the right direction. He will give us impetus. He will give us a focal point. He will give us a recognizable style of play. He has a ceiling which is high. He's backed by the world's best managers to go on to great things, to win the very biggest tournaments. And maybe, just maybe, over the next 3, 5, 7,
4,
10 years,
3, 5,
he could
7,
do that at the helm of Manchester United. And I, for one,
5,
would be
7,
over the moon.
3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7 years. 3, 5, 7 years. The reason why, and I said this at the start of the video, the reason why I'm going to actually share why I think we're going to be right back here with a similar conversation not too long from now is because of the gift and the curse. And when I say the gift and the curse, please hear me out. And I'll get to the comments. I see you in the comments. This isn't meant to be a long video, but there's a gift and a curse. The gift is the size of the Manchester United fan base. The gift is the success that's been acquired. The gift is the attention that is garnered. The curse is all those three things I mentioned as well. There's a curse for the size of your fan. There's a curse for the size of your fan base. There's a curse for the success that has been awarded to your club. There's a curse to the expectations of your club. United, mighty United, there's a curse with regards to it. And the reason why we're going to be right back here is because the expectations of winning at Manchester United, and I am not disrespecting this. I've heard it from United fans and I understand it. More is expected at United. You look at the Arsenals, you look at the Liverpools, you look at the Manchester Cities, you look at the Chelseas, you look at the Spurs, their ability or their willingness to have those years of non-success, those years of not just winning trophies, but also being top of the league. That's United. That's United's expectation. That's United's DNA. That's why you're going to get right back here. Because winning in that quick of a clip, giving a manager 2 years to get it right, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Let me go to the comments real quick. I see Samuel in the building. Samuel goes, "We were excited for him at first, but no more." I hear you. I'm hearing the excitement. Year one, not even year one, hasn't even stepped on the grounds at Old Trafford. Excitement. Year one, trophy success, top 4 finish. Year two, you guys wanted him out. Cameron in the building, you're wrong for this. Cameron, you need to explain a little more. What am I wrong for? I think it's important because they tell you, and it's important. Young people, youngsters, kids, we all ignored this. They tell you history repeats itself. But we all want to ignore it. We all want to be bun history. It's about now. It's about what's happening, what's coming down the pipeline, what's in the future. History repeats itself. This perspective, this excitement, this rationalization of the manager and what he will do, what's going to happen. I get it from a fan standpoint. You're supposed to feel that way. But because of you setting those expectations so high, winning at a clip like that, you're going to get back here because you're going to be disappointed. Samuel in the building, he goes, he's not the guy. Erik Ten Hag's not the guy. He's not the guy. Fair to say. Many believed with regards to manager scouting, manager profiles, hear what Terry had to break down. Hear all of the things, CV, all of the things from managers, all of the things that were understood of him coming into this hire on why he was going to be successful, and he still wasn't. Imagine giving a manager 2 years to be successful at, not my words, at the or one of the biggest clubs in the world. Can you get a club so large in size, so massive? Can you get that right in 24 months? Hey, let me finish this video.
But what I want to see even more than Ten Hag be successful is this club bring some pride back. this club bring some fight back. The way we performed against Liverpool, the way we performed against Norwich in recent weeks, it's an abomination to the history of this football club. And the manager by himself isn't going to just fix that.
The manager by himself isn't going to fix that. Terry wanted a lot of things to change. He wanted the pride back. He wanted players to fight. It'd be interesting to hear what United fans thought. Not even interesting to hear. We know what United fans thought year 1, year 2, and now year 3. He's out the door. I'm going to make sure to try and find some other videos similar because, again, these United fans aren't. Shout out to Terry. Much respect to the Football Terrace. Allowing me to be able to feature on some post-match reactions. But the thing that's really cool is he does his homework. He does his research. His circle of friends, whether they're in the media, the pundits, reporters, he has those conversations. So he's not talking from a point of off the cuff. He's not talking from a point of I'm just an emotional fanatic, fan, short for fanatic. He's speaking with a lot of research, a lot of knowledge behind him. So having that perspective on why Erik Ten Hag was going to be successful in this role and now that he wasn't, I think is very telling. I'm going to revisit some similar conversations. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Neighborhood Watch. This was a breakdown completely for analysis, review purposes. No copyright infringements here as I was reviewing, analyzing, studying this video with regards to the Football Terrace, Erik Ten Hag, deal complete, and the announcement. I'm going to also point out, and this is firsthand, this is talking to hardcore, long-standing United fans. And I finally get it. I finally get it because honestly, it's difficult to take away your fandom of your club, of your expectations, and then have an understanding of a United fan. United fans, when they say we're united, when they say those words, we're united, they believe that they should always be competing. They believe that the manager coming in should instantly show progression. They believe that the manager coming in should instantly show that they're going to be competing for finals, that they're going to be winning cups, that they're in a very short window, 3 years minimum, are then competing for the majors. This is United. So when you understand how they look at things, on how they expect things, it then makes sense to why a manager is given the amount or lack of amount of time to kind of get things right. So when United fans say they would have never accepted an Arteta at United, I get it. I 100% get it. When they say that the managers at other clubs need to be let go, need to be sacked, from a United perspective, I get it because they expect results like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new. I'm going to do my best to try to make unique videos like this moving forward. I hope you enjoyed it. And please, if you're catching this on the replay, on the rewind, drop a comment, interact, let me know. Thank you so very much. This is Vader Games TV. This was an episode of Neighborhood Watch. I'm your host. Hope to see you soon. And I'm out.